Ready to go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're here talking to the contenders of the championship matches coming up in the UAWL, and the first event coming up April the 3rd. Today, I am joined by Spencer Cleaver, who will be competing for the first lightweight championship of the UAWL. Spencer, how are you doing today?
Not too bad, dude. How are you?
I'm pretty good, man. So let's go back to the start. How'd you get into the sport of arm wrestling? Even though I know the story, we must share for the world.
You do know the story. Kind of funny, actually. I think you were trying to get me to a practice for a while before I actually showed up to one.
It was literally years, but go on.
And I think I was golfing one day. We were out golfing, and then we ended up at your place and finally got on the table. And we had a few drinks, and that was the start of it. We started training, and I think we trained for the summer, and then my first tournament was the sword tournament, which was also the Mansask in 2017, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going back. That's time flies. So you are not a new guy anymore. You've been around. So you've hit several tournaments. And you have done some good things. Who are your notable wins?
Notable wins.
Yeah.
I guess the last tournament I pulled in was, I guess it was either your event or the Moose Jaw one.
Yeah, no, it would have been my event. It would have been the one out at Southport, the Portage Strength Classic, or the Portage Winter Classic, I believe, in February before the plague shut us down.
Yeah, that event was interesting because everybody was in the same weight class, so it wasn't so much you're pulling the same weight of guys. Felt a lot of different hands that day, and I think I beat a couple bigger guys, so that's always interesting to me, how you match up not only in your own division but as a whole.
Is my memory correct that you beat Jeremiah at that event?
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, that Jeremiah is a huge super heavyweight who was kind of being talked about like he might be the next guy in Manitoba. And you're pulling Nick Penner, who is a multinational champion, but you have some history with him.
Yeah, Nick's a champ. He's a good dude. He was around right from the beginning when I first started pulling, and learned a lot from Nick, and the lots of practices we've been at together. And we pulled at your other event before you went to Worlds, at the Legion here in Portage. We had a super match.
And how did that go?
Not great for me. I think I got one win on him left. But yeah, the rest went the other way. But it was a good experience. It's always good to pull guys who've been in the sport for a long time.
That was in the fall of 2018. So here we are, a couple of years removed. You've been training. He's been training. He's kind of sort of moved on to the club that's closer to him.
Yeah.
And we have been lifting at least through most of this situation. Took a couple of months off there when it was like super code red, when you couldn't even have people at your house.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see. So how do you feel about your chances? Because you probably saw his interview. He thinks it's going to be a total domination.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it is. I hope it's a war. That's
well, that's not what he's saying. He's saying he's going to whoop your ass. Straight matches.
Well,
maybe I'm adding to something to that, but
I think after the first match, he's going to be surprised, and it'll be a battle. I couldn't confidently say that I'm going to sweep Nick just because of what he has done and what I know of him. But if we can make it a banger and have a good match, both arms, that's interesting. Not only for this match, but for going forward too in the division with whatever's going to happen here in Manitoba for provincials. It's going to mix up the division.
Now, do you see yourself staying at that, as far as this league is concerned, do you see yourself staying at 180 or maybe venturing up into the middleweight?
Yeah, I wouldn't be shy going up to the middleweights.
Now you're right on the cusp, so your weight is like right on the cutoff line.
Yeah.
So you either go down.
Yeah, could go either way.
Yeah, you stay where you are, or you've got 40 pounds to grow.
Yeah.
That would be exciting. A 40 pounds heavier Spencer jumping into the upper echelons.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we
Lots
have
of ice cream.
What's that?
Lots of ice cream.
Yeah. Which kind of brings me to my next question. I mean, how do you feel about you would someday facing off? You got Curtis Mocan versus Tanner Jenkinson. How would you feel about pulling one of those guys someday?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I think Curtis and I pulled a little bit at one or two practices that we've had. Tanner, I've trained with Tanner at your practices since I started. So Tanner's a strong dude. So to be able to compete with him would be fun too.
Now, Curtis has to cut weight, and I believe Tanner's just under the limit. So both of those guys have indicated an interest in pulling in the heavyweight as well. So maybe we don't even see them in this division for all that long, but it's going to be fun. What are your thoughts in general on this league that's been formed here in Portage la Prairie, Manitoba?
I think it's a great idea. You see the other leagues in the other provinces, and it's interesting. And I think this is good timing, not only for Manitoba. The guys in Manitoba kind of looking for something to get after. We kind of had nationals, canceled twice now on us, and I think there was a lot of excitement. So I think to have something for guys to train for and just get back into it and keep competing and stay interested, motivated for when we can get to those big tournaments again. But
yeah, so it'll be the way we're looking right now. I can run this style of event all the way until it opens back up completely. But you are actually looking at the fall, probably potentially an outdoor event, I guess, in the summertime. But provincials should happen. Nationals won't happen until 2022 now. So, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see what the event brings. And I thank you for being a part of it.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's going to be fun. Thanks for having us.
Right on. And there's a list of guys waiting to see the outcome of this and throw their hat in the ring. There's a list.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, buddy. Thanks for helping us build up the event this coming weekend. By the time this airs, it'll be this coming weekend we're talking about. Mm-hmm. And all the best, man.
Yeah. All
right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, have a good one.
Yes, that's a man!